Currently, I'm working as a data scientist at abinbev. It's basically a beer beverage company. So I had a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication.
But let's say somebody who is having this 4 years of experience in data science, what CTC they can expect in the current job market? How lucrative is that?
It basically varies a lot from company to company, but I would say top product companies offer in the range of
What famous brand of beers are associated with Airbnb? Just for our audience.
basically you might have heard of all of them, but mainly Budweiser, Stella Artois.
Let's say somebody is coming from a tester background, like either
Okay.
SDET or QA analyst or QA engineers. Is it possible for all of them to move to data science? Hi, welcome to Reverse Engineering with Rishi. And today we have a very special guest, Harsh Patel. Harsh is working in abinbev. I believe I pronounced it right. It's one of the largest producer for beer. Yeah, so all the beer lovers, Harsh is your guy. And Harsh has made a very phenomenal journey from being an electronics background student, then coming to the data science. So this is one example where we see that somebody who is not from CS background, they can make a mark in this data science background, and probably you can get a lot of inspiration from whatever we are going to talk with Harsh. And yeah, now I would let Harsh introduce himself. And yeah, great.
Yeah, thanks Rishi for having me. Let me start with my introduction. So I'm Harsh. Currently, I'm working as a data scientist at abinbev. It's basically a beer beverage company. And it's been 4 years in the industry where I started as a data scientist. Previously, I used to work with ABB, an electrification giant. And then recently, I'm currently working at abinbev. If I talk about my work, my work is mainly revolving around media marketing measurement kind of a stuff, like where you are spending something on media channels, like whether social media, traditional channels like newspaper, print media, out of the home, cinema, etc. How you're spending and how you're getting in return. The work I do is like to analyze it, analyze the activity, and give the proper recommendation to our stakeholders. So basically, I'm
Very
currently,
interesting.
yeah.
That sounds cool. Yes. And what has been your background? Can you also talk about your background?
Yes. So I had a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication. And yeah, that's where, like, after my bachelor's degree, I was not that much motivated to work in my core domain. That's where I started digging deeper towards different domains, and that's where I got to know about data science, and that's where I started my journey to become a good data scientist, I would say. I'm still learning.
No, that sounds lovely. And also, in our case, is that so you made a journey till data science from a non-CS background. So one thing which I
Yes.
am a little curious to know about is that why did you not go for software development? Why did you go for data science?
So the main reason I haven't selected software engineering or computer science stuff was like I was not sure like whether I would be liking this coding thing, like building different applications and websites. So I was not sure at that time. When I started researching about data science, I found this particular domain very much interesting because it not only requires your coding skills, but also your decision-making skills, your storytelling skills, your all other different kind of mathematical skills. So it's a blend of all of these things. So yeah, I choose to go with data science, not software engineering.
Okay, and what is your total amount of experience in data science?
I carry close to 4 years now
Okay.
of experience.
And somebody who is having, like, not just you particularly, but let's say somebody who is having this 4 years of experience in data science, what CTC they can expect in the current job market? How lucrative is that?
It basically varies a lot from company to company. But I would say top product companies offer in the range of starting from 15 to 40 LPA.
Awesome, awesome. This sounds great. So, what famous brand of beers are associated with Airbnb? Just for our audience.
Basically, you might have heard of all of them, but mainly Budweiser, Stella Artois, Corona, Hoegaarden, Lafay. These are the major brands. We call it as super premium.
Do you get discount?
We got like we are getting beer coupons each month.
Oh,
But
very
yeah,
nice.
there is a condition like we can only avail in Bangalore.
No, that's a cool perk actually. That's a cool perk. Really nice. So, how did you get this opportunity?
I spent like close to 3 years in a company called ABB. It's basically electrification giant. And then I was looking for different opportunities. So I applied to various companies, and here at abinbev, I applied through one referral, and that's how I got a call, and then eventually landed here.
Okay, so in ABB, you were working as a data scientist or something different?
Yeah, so I started as an intern, and then eventually converted to data scientist. So, but as an intern as well, my work was mainly revolving around machine learning engineering and computer vision kind of stuff.
Understood. Understood. So let's start from the very scratch. What is data science?
Okay. To me, data science is like science of making decisions. We every day take lot many decisions, but if we include data, if we generate insights based on data, then it is becoming data science, I would say. And I would say it's like blend of different multi-disciplines. It's like you include math, you include data, and then you include your own subjective understanding, domain understanding, and then you derive insights, which can be helpful for business. That becomes data science.
Okay. And there are many terms which are associated with data science, for example, data analytics, data engineering, machine learning, natural language processing, all those things. So are these like, are they same? Are they different? Are they integrated? What kind of jobs like pertaining to each of these sectors are available in the market? And if somebody is working in working A sector, can they switch to B sector?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, we can segregate data science into three parts: data science, data analytics, and you can like also include data engineering. Data science, if we further segregate, you can become data science or machine learning engineer. So, and these fields which you talk about is like computer vision, NLP, machine learning engineering. These are the part of data science. So it's mainly like the segregation revolving mainly around the application of whatever you are pursuing. Like suppose your work is to work with images, then it becomes computer vision. If you want to understand text, generate text, like if you want to help learn computer, different kind of understanding of text data, then it becomes NLP. So these are easily separable, but if you learn something, if you learn one particular thing in data science, then you can transfer your learning to other easily.
Okay. Okay. So just to summarize, there are three fields. One is data science in itself. Second would be your data analytics, and third would be your NLP. Which one?
So third could be either like you can take, if you want to include data engineering, it's an like very separate kind of a thing. But like if you are having understanding around data science, then you can be a data engineer as well.
Okay. And how do you see current job market in terms of all these three and like future market also?
I would say opportunities are like everywhere for all of these three different skills. It's like matter of what you want to be. if you want to be
Okay.
data analyst, data scientist, or an engineer. It's like the skill you possess and the thing which you are interested in. So opportunities are numerous in all of this.
Okay. And if possible, can you give us a rough idea what a entry level salary would be for like these three?
So if we talk about India, if you are like kind of an entry level data scientist having good understanding of different skill set, then it starts closely 9 to 10 lakhs. Then it goes up to 1 CR, 1.5 CR, according to your experience.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds motivational, inspirational. Yes. If somebody is coming from a CS background or a mathematical background, like for example, somebody has done their master's in mathematics, and then there are people who are not related to either of them, like a person who is coming from economics, or if a person who is coming from commerce background, or let's say biotechnology, like entirely different from any of the tech. How can they become a data engineer or data scientist or data analytics?
So basically, having a math background or computer science background, it's a plus. But if you're not from these backgrounds, then it's not like there are no door closed for you. I've seen many people transitioning from even psychology, sociology background to data science. So it's not that you need to have core computer science skills or core mathematical or statistic skills. But if you have zeal, to understand, if you have zeal to understand mathematics or I would say coding or system design kind of a stuff, like very basic is needed for data science. But if you are curious person, if you know how to like derive insights from any kind of a data, then you can be a data scientist or analyst.
Okay. Okay. So any prerequisite, for example, anyone is coming from any background, they can sail through data science and they can become a data scientist. But any prerequisite, any sort of prerequisite to start data science?
Curiosity is the first thing. You need to be curious about various resources. And another thing, like must to have things are basic probability and statistic understanding, basic math, engineering level mathematics, or even if you are not if you haven't studied mathematics in your bachelor's, then you can take time, you can learn through various online stuff. It can be learned within 4-5 months, basic elementary mathematics, and then a little bit of coding. So either in Python or SQL and Python are two Go languages for data science. So you need to learn those languages.
In our current market, whatever jobs are coming up for data science thing, is there a particular pattern which is followed in the interview of those data science interviews? Like what kind of interviews are there when you go for like for your own company or other company? What is the pattern which is followed? How many rounds? What kind of questions? Yeah.
I would say data science is basically relatively new, other than like software engineer or traditional level roles. So it is like varying a lot from industry to industry. But things which are common is like your coding skills, your algorithmic understanding, and your basic machine learning and statistics, probability, and mathematical skills are required. Also, I've seen companies are also giving some take-home case studies. Like they will give you a data set and a problem associated with it, and you need to solve using your various level of understanding. Then you need to submit. So yeah, that's how the interviews are structured.
And in abinbev, how many rounds are there for you?
So it varies, like according to the departmental need, you need to have interviews. It varies from 3 to 4 rounds.
Okay. Okay. So because as software development is very prevalent in industry, and we all know about like they have this DSA rounds, design rounds. Is it there something concrete which is always evaluated when somebody is going for these kind of interviews, or is it like very much variable?
Something which is always evaluated is your data structures algorithm skills, your SQL understanding, like how you can fetch the data from various data lakes. And I would say we neglect like skills like Microsoft Excel. It's very essential skill for a data scientist. So just by looking at some particular data set in Excel, are you able to generate any insights? This is mainly checked in interviews. Apart from this, how you are communicating. So if you are communicating well, like if you are able to communicate whatever you are trying to convey, then it's very good skill to have. Yeah, apart from this, I don't think, like apart from very basic mathematical understanding, algorithm and algorithmic understanding and machine learning, very basic machine learning stuff, you don't need anything else to be an entry-level data scientist.
Understood. So you mentioned, and that's very interesting, is that DSA. Do all data science like data scientist interviews have this DSA round, or is it something very specific?
Mainly 80% of them, like I have appeared in many interviews. I got a chance to, like I got many calls from the industries where I, like when I started appearing for different interviews. So I have seen like mainly 80-85% of the companies are having this DSA rounds, and a few companies are not like specifically having data success and algorithm round. But major companies I have seen, they are taking DSA rounds.
So your first round would be your DSA round, and after that, what kind of round would they?
So mainly your first round will be on your data success algorithm, your coding skills round. Then you will be having technical interviews, either 1 or 2 technical interviews. And the last would be your techno-managerial kind of round, then your HR discussion.
Understood. And when you mentioned that technical to 1 or 2 rounds technical, then that is pertaining to your data science school.
Yes, that is pertaining to the work which I need to do in day-to-day life of that particular position.
Understood. So there is one more thing which I want to ask is that there are a lot of resources available, and the very first problem which somebody would face is that which resource to take and which resource to leave. More importantly, what should not be studied. Okay. So in your case, what resources did you follow?
Okay. Yeah, very interesting question. Like we are getting distracted now than ever before. It same goes with data science. I have selected very few resources. Like when I started my journey, I was surfing through every other detail, and that's where like I was getting much distracted, and I was not gaining much from that. So structured resources is a need of now. And I used to follow analytics vidya. Apart from this, I'm currently enrolled into Scalar program. Scalar is a community, like they teach you 2 kind of things, software engineering and data science stuff. They have recently started data science close to 7-8 months ago. I joined as soon as they started because I was fan of them. Few of my friends got really good opportunities using their Scalar Academy program. And I'm currently involved into data science and machine learning program from Scalar. Apart from this, I for more technical understanding, I used to follow various research blogs, but on top of it is distill.pub. It's a basically a technical blog where employees from Apple, Google, etc. contribute, and it's really good if you want to gain more insights towards one particular subject.
Okay, awesome. And there is something called Coggle. Are you also using that?
Yeah, it's basically Kaggle. So Kaggle is a resource where like it's basically a data science competition kind of environment. You will be getting problem statements and also data sets. So it's an open source. I think it's acquired by Microsoft. I'm not very sure on that, but it's a very good platform where you compete with others on data science related stuff. So you will be getting a problem statement, associated data set, and you will solve the problem using that data set.
Understood. So let's divide our audience into three categories. One is those who do not know anything about data science. Second is who are
Okay.
intermediate, and third who are looking for job opportunities. So let's say somebody has never tasted data science, who are totally new. From where they can start? What is the first resource they should go to?
I would say they should start with basic understanding on Python, SQL.
Mm-hmm.
Resources available are like there are various coding platforms like HackerRank, InterviewBit. You can study there. You can learn languages. You can solve coding problems. There are some challenges available. You can solve
Mm-hmm.
that. These are like open source platforms where you can start with, and then eventually you can learn mathematics, statistics, and basic machine learning stuff. That's where you can start your journey.
Understood. And if somebody who is intermediate and if they want to polish their craft and they want to move to really nice organization, what they should do?
So they need to learn, like basically they need to work on their own skill sets. So they need to identify which are
Mm-hmm.
their areas which are strong in nature and which are their weaknesses. If I talk about data science, so is there machine learning skills are not enough to change the role or getting promotion, or is their mathematical understanding is not clear, whether they have good understanding on data structures and algorithm. So I think start with data science, data structures and algorithm, because it's a must skill to have. Every other company will test you on uh, data
DSA.
structures and algorithmic stuff.
Okay. So
Yes,
DSA should be there, and then put up on that you can build your data science skills. Yeah.
exactly.
That sounds good because a lot of time people have this misinformation or misunderstanding that those who are in data science probably they won't need DSA. But I believe that you are required to have some level of DSA competence.
I had the very similar belief. Like when I started my journey, I basically started with theoretical understanding, and it's a good place to start with. But eventually, when I landed to data science, when I started interviewing different people, I got to understand uh, how you test people. Like coding is a skill where you can understand how a person is thinking logically, what is his algorithmic understanding.
Yeah.
So that's how like these interviews are structured. So also not only interview stuff, but if you are having a good understanding on data structures and algorithm, you can build applications which are like very time and space efficient. So if our computer science students are our audience, they will be able to understand this very easily. But
Yeah.
once you start understanding DSA, you will also learn this stuff like time and space complexities.
Yep, that's indeed true. So there is one more question I have been asked this a lot of times that let's say somebody is coming from a tester background, like either
Okay.
SDET or QA analyst or QA engineer, or if somebody is from background which is finance based, okay,
Okay.
or somebody who has a BTech or a bachelor degree in say mechanical or electronics. Is it possible for all of them to move to data science with given they do the hard work and the learning and other stuff?
Absolutely, it is very much possible. And as a core skill, you don't require basically in data science. Like you start learning things which are already there. Like you have your mathematical understanding, you have your algorithmic understanding. It's not that like only software engineering or IT or computer science students are having these skills. I myself is electronics and communication student, where I learned very little coding in my engineering. But all I started is after my engineering got over. I started like first I went to my own core field, but
Mm-hmm.
I was not that much interested towards that. So that's where I started my journey in data science, and I learned things on my own. before I enrolled into various programs.
Understood.
So
So
it's basically very much possible.
That's interesting because a lot of times people feel stuck, people feel devalued, that the current job they are working in, probably they are not getting enough growth, enough attention, or enough appreciation. And data science is actually opening doors to a lot of new opportunities. So yes, people can prepare and grow in their own career. One more thing, which is then I want to ask is that, so when we talk about like these three kind of people, somebody who is very intermediate, who haven't like very beginner, who haven't learned anything about data science, you talked about them. Also, you talked about intermediate ones. Then the third category is that who know somewhat of data science and they are looking for their very first job, or somebody who is looking for a job. So where and how can somebody apply for these jobs, and what kind of jobs are available?
So currently, if we talk about India as our location, then enormous opportunities are present in data science, whether data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, or machine learning engineer role. The best place is you can apply through referral. So you build a rapport with existing employees of the company, and then you tell them your requirement, like you are possessing this skill set, and you're good fit for the role. So this is the topmost thing one can do. Apart from this, there are platforms like Indeed, Naukri, etc., where you can apply. But I would say referral is the best thing, and you can find people on LinkedIn.
This is interesting. Now the thing is that so there are like referral works on reputation. In my sense, is that only when you know somebody who knows you that you are good enough, then they will refer you, and then it become a viable option for you to get the opportunity. Until that time, you probably should be working on your own skill and your own craft, and ultimately that is what will be helping you out in your interview. So great. Before we leave for today, anything which you want to share with the audience, Harsh? How can they succeed in their life?
Yes, definitely. So I would say if you are getting bored with very much monotonous task, if you want to have exciting work to spend your day, if you want to see you are doing some meaningful work for a company, for an organization, or even your self-driven projects, data science skills which provides you all of this, like you will be getting lot many tasks which are very much different in nature. You will be getting very different kind of a work, a diverse work, I would say, in data science. So it not only like you enjoy your work, but you yourself is also getting evolved if you are coming into this field. So yeah, I would like to like give best wishes to the audience. If they want, they can reach out to me for any questions. I would like to address them.
Awesome. So what I'll do, I'll share your social media handles, LinkedIn handles, and other stuff in the description of this video. And possibly anyone who will have any kind of question, they can reach out to you, and then you will be able to help them out. And yeah, this was lovely to have you on reverse engineering with Rishi. I'm very pretty sure that our audience would have loved to watch your so far journey, and then they might have got inspired, and probably we have been able to help some of them out. So great. Thanks a lot, Harsh, and I wish you best of the luck for your journey. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi. It's been a pleasure to get on a call with you.
Great.
Thank you.